right. Welcome all. Welcome to our Wake Up ESA movement. As part of this, we do this book breakthrough Friday. Every Friday, we do the book breakthrough session. And today, we are going to see the part two. And even if you missed the part one, no worries. Like, we are going to get a glimpse or the quick summary around the book. And we have our wonderful Sugapriya Karthikeyan is going to present this book today. And feel free to just listen to it and listen as if, like, even if you're listening to this recording, or listen to it as if you're listening in person, face to face, and feel that it is directly the universe is talking to you, right? and and the book, sometimes the right book, not sometimes, like many times, the right book comes to you, yeah, when you just in need of it. You may not know which word, which sentence, and which chapter could completely transform your life, as we do in any of our book breakthrough sessions. Just pay attention, and then take a commitment or an affirmation that yes, I am ready for the transformation. Yeah, when we are ready for the transformation also is ready. Yep. Just in the session before session, we are talking about how to ask, and or how to pray, how to attract that greater abundance in our life, for which we want to go out of our limiting thinking, right? As a human, we'll have our own limits in little smaller ways. But when you ask the divine, right, the God, and you want to really look at the larger spectrum, and believing that that complete abundance is already existing, already created, and we want to ask from the limitless aspect, and whatever you want and whatever your willpower says, and how much ever you can really get out of your scarcity mind, and um, not asking out of fear, not asking with the fear of doubt or other current circumstances, but whatever the future circumstances we are really wanting for, we can always get it. The with that note, so today's book breakthrough also will get you that, right? The science of getting rich, how we can really attract the financial success through the creative thoughts, right? So when we change the thoughts, the attitude, and everything, we can get it, right? So money set is equal to mindset. Yeah, all of you can note it down. Yeah, it depends on how much money you want, how much prosperity you want, abundance you want. It depends on how much of the space you have created in your inner space, the mind, right? So this particular book, I think we have seen the part one in the past, and this part two, we are going to see how uh, how the thoughts, like our own mental attitude, can really switch. So without further ado, like we'll pass it on to Sugapriya, and thank you, Sugapriya, for volunteering yourself for presenting this book. As we always say that there are, of course, all listeners will be benefited, and the one who prepares and presents would be even more benefited, because the kind of connection what you have around the book, the presentation, the thought what you bring in, there'll be a lot of congruence, a lot of connection, a lot of relatedness, and more importantly, will be a more mindful, because you're just be on that topic. So I highly recommend more people to come forward, present, leverage this opportunity. Yeah, with that note, over to you, Sugapriya. Rock and shine. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mahendranji, for giving this opportunity. So today I'm going to present the book "The Science of Getting Rich" by Wallace D. Wattles. So, especially, I want to say this book is mainly intended for the men and women whose most pressing need is for money, actually, and who wish to get rich. This book will change the way we spend money and we see the money, It is for both men and women whose main need is for money, and who wants a result and who is willing to take um, um, the action on a daily basis. So everything in the theory states that one is all and all is one. So that one substance itself manifests and as a many elements. So that's what the preface of the book states. And the first chapter is the right to be rich. So it is not possible to live a complete and satisfactory life unless one is rich in this world. So we can't be happy at all. So unless we have some plenty of money, we cannot have whatever we need and whatever we want. So to be happy, the priority is the man should have money. So the purpose of the nature is the advancement and unfoldment. Like once we get into that, then that will like permeates. Success is in the life is becoming what you want to be. So rich, we should be rich enough to buy what we like. Um, it's like a normal or abnormal man only can think it is enough what is available with me right now. So this book is stating that it's our spiritual duty to become rich. The first chapter states that the body, mind, and soul, with a complete expression of all these things only, everything is possible. We can't live for our body by leaving our mind and soul, or we can't happy with our mind and we can't leave our body and soul separately. So the body, mind, and the soul, everything combinedly will give a satisfied life for us. Um, so the man who has nothing cannot fills his space actually. So if he is empty, if he cannot give anything, so he will feel more empty. So it is perfectly right that we should have the desire to be rich. That's what the first chapter states. And the next chapter is like there is a science of getting rich. So like everything, there are some certain laws, like even the algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws to be followed. Once these laws are obeyed and learned, definitely the man like that. There is some laws. If the man follows that laws, definitely they will also get into rich actually. So that means doing things in a certain way, like to get rich. That's what the main intention of this book conveys. We should do things in a certain way so that we won't think competitive to others. We should be a creative thinker. So by that way, we will be getting rich very sooner. So, cause we can say, like causes always produce the like effects. So that is the natural law. So what we like, we will attract to it, and we will get it very sooner. What the author saying over here is getting rich. It's not a matter of the environment, maybe one city is rich and other is in poverty or poor, but everywhere rich and poor are living side by side, right? So it's not getting rich is not depends on the environment of what we live. Even our neighborhood friends who are doing the same business might be getting rich and some other might be in the poverty. So we cannot blame the environment over here. So definitely the getting rich is not based on the environment what we live. So that's what it shows. When two men are in the same business in the same neighborhood, who's getting the same things over the environment, one gets rich and the other gets failed. So being rich is the way of doing things in a certain way, not to the precision of the talent. So for getting rich, we might think that we need talent, we need some logical thinking, we need to do more, analyze more things. It's not like that. If we think in a certain way, and if we believe that, and if we have faith on that, we will get the creative thoughts in our mind, and we can be more unique compared to others. Um, so that's what it says. Great talent people may remain poor. We can see many people are very much talent, but they were in poverty, or they will remain poor. But on the other side, we see some average persons are getting rich, but they don't have any greater talents. So the getting we should come to that conclusion that getting rich is not based on any talent. It's based on a certain way how we think and how we implement the thoughts what's coming in our mind. It is not a competitive, like somebody is doing something, we want to jump into that, and we also have to do the same like what they do, and we might get failed because maybe it's for them, it's not for us. So also getting rich, here the author is stating that getting rich is not like saving more money or thrift. Many people are poor even after saving. Like one time, I think Mahendranji was sharing, if we put all the money, world's money in the flight, and if we are spreading it into the world everywhere, finally that money will only getting attracted by only rich persons, even though the money will get into the poor hands. But since the person who is rich is thinking thoughts are in a certain way, they can attract the money. So it's not like only talent people will get the money and be richer. So the common conclusion in this chapter is like doing things in a certain way, in a creative way. Um, next, yeah. Um, Yeah. So here we can have some questions arise for us, like whether this certain way may be so difficult that only a few may follow it. That cannot be true. As we have seen so far, the nature is compared to the nature's abilities concern, even the talent or the stupid people or physically strong or weak people or sick people, everybody can get rich by following things in a certain way. Um, so, what the author stating here is any man or woman who has the sense enough to read and understand the words which has been in this book can definitely get rich. And that's what the author is stating here. Also, we have seen that environment is not a matter for getting rich. Even the location where also it won't count for getting rich. We can do now, after COVID, we can see we can do business in by sitting anywhere. We can do any business, so we can't blame the location. If you want to go to that particular location and we have to do the business, it's not like that. So if anybody else in our town can get rich, even we can also. If anybody in the state can get rich, we can also get rich. Again, it's not a matter of choosing the particular business or a profession. People can get rich in every business and in every profession. Like while the next door a man who is in poverty, but the other man we can see they were also getting the same kind of environment knowledge or whatever it is, but they were being rich. So it is true that if we do the business which you like, which is so convenient and congenial to you, and if you have certain talents, if you have certain talents developed, we no need to have the inborn talents to get rich. If we like something and if we develop some talents on that, definitely we can also uh, do the best in that business. So here the author gives some like examples, like keeping the ice cream shops in the summer time will definitely pick up the business well. So the same ice cream shop we can keep it in the winter time. So like that, he is giving some examples. If you go through the book, you will come to know. So getting rich is not dependent upon engaging in some particular business. It's upon doing things in a certain way. It's not like only if we do some particular business, we will get rich. It's not like that. Whatever our thoughts and if we put that in a certain way, definitely we will also get rich. So again, he is coming to the same point. If you are not in business, if anybody else in your locality is getting rich in the same location, in the same business, while you are not getting rich because you're not doing things in a certain way that the other person is doing. That's what he mean. Next comes to the chapter 3. It's is opportunity monopolized. So in this chapter, what author states is, no man is kept poor because opportunity has been taken away from him. So it's not like that. So example, if we see the railway system might be monopolized, the roadways, but so it's hard to get control of it. But if you see uh, um, now the electric train, or like many things are opening apart from the railways. Likewise, if a person is working in a steel factory, he might be an employee only. But if he wants to get rich, he can come out of that and he can buy a farmland, and he can produce any vegetables or whatever the particular locality needs. So he can sell that and he can become very rich compared to he work in a company. So by doing things, again, it he states that by doing things in a certain way, soon he can leave the company and buy a land of how much acres he want, and he can engage and produce some foodstuffs, and he can even get rich. Even nowadays we can see, right, in YouTube's, the vloggers, they started putting the vlogs, and they started selling some hair oil, some curry powders or face creams, and their sales are getting, even the product is working or not, but we can see the sales are getting higher and higher. And like that, it will expand itself if we have belief and a faith on what we are doing. So it's he's stating that the working class people may become the master class whenever they will begin to do things in a certain way. So the law of wealth is the same for them as it for all others. No one is kept in a poverty by a shortness in the supply of riches. There is no scarcity in this world. Like, we have more enough for everybody, so we should keep that in mind. Oh, this person is doing business and he's taking all the clients. How can I, if I jump into the same business, how can I get clients? We should not have that scarcity mind. So the world has everything enough for everybody, so that we should keep that in mind actually. Nature is inexhaustible storehouse of riches. The supply will never run short. So everything we see in this earth is made from the original substance out of which all things will proceed. So that original substance is alive with as a creative energy, and it's constantly producing it in more forms. Same like whatever thoughts we get, we can also like constantly it will permeates into many things. So um, when the supply of building material is exhausted, more things can be produced. When the soil is exhausted, so that the foodstuffs and the material for clothing will no longer grow upon it. So the soil can be renewed, and it can be made again. Even like the gold or the silver, which has been dug from the earth, if a man is still in such a stage, like we can get more if um, he needs more, definitely the universe will give us more from the formless substance. So the formless substance is a stuff responds to the needs of the man, and it will not let him be without any good thing. So the universe is made for us. That's what the author is saying. Whatever we ask, the universe have plenty of things on it, and it will. The universe is the great living presence, always moving inherently towards more life and fuller functioning. So nature is formed for the advancement of our life. So the nature's main motive is the increase of life. There can be no lack actually, unless God Himself thinks He wants to nullify everything of His own works. Until that, we have enough in this earth. You cannot keep poor by lack of supply of riches. That we have to take out from our mind. Next comes the chapter 4, the first principle in the science of getting rich. So, in this, the author states that thought is the only power we can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. So, original substance move according to its thoughts. Every form and process you see in the nature is the visible expression of a thought or in original substances. So, whatever the creation is there, everything has been formed by somebody else thoughts. They would have thought that the particular thing they want to come true, they have that in their mind. So through some visible expression, and that only form the original substance. As a formless stuff thinks of a form, it takes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it makes that motion. So that is all the way the things are created. Every things are created by having some thoughts with us, and the thoughts leading us to create or make or implement anything. So we live in a thought world, which is the part of the thought universe. Even the planets also are formed through some formless substances. So the some thinking substance that takes the form and moves accordingly to the thoughts. Example like circling system of the sun. If we say everything as a formless substances, and it has been developed as a thinking substances further. Even like example, the construction of the houses. Some creative thoughts we have in our mind that we should have like this room in the north, this room in the west, our kitchen should be like that. So all the creative energies we are like finally, we are getting the dream house, right? Same like that. So man is a thinking center, and he can originate the thoughts within him. All forms of man, like the designs, the clothings, if we see the designer, everything exist from his thoughts actually. Without thoughts, we cannot shape a thing. We should have the thought in our mind. So when a man has a thought form, he takes material from the forms of the nature, and he makes an image or the form what is in his mind. So to summarize this again, the three main things, there is a thinking stuff from which all the things are made, and which in its original states it permeates, penetrates, and it will fill the interspace of the universe. And the second is a thought in this substance produce the thing that is imaged by the thought. Third one, the man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon a formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. These three sentences are the main thing the book covers in every chapter. So please go through, when you go through this book, just read these three main things. It will be very helpful. Again, I said men get rich by doing things in a certain way, and in order to do so, men must be able to think in a certain way. So that will by the way he thinks, it will give us the result as well. Until we fix that in our mind, it should become a habitual thought actually. It's not like whenever we need, we will go in front of the god and we will pray, and the next minute we forgot. So it whenever we think we should we should attain or we should reach something, we have that thought in our mind as a habitual thought. The next chapter is increasing life, the fifth chapter. So there is a substance, intelligent substance, which is all and in and which lives in all, and which it lives in ourself. That is called the living substance. Every living substance, if we take, if we think, it will continuously seek for the enlargement of the life. So because life is the act of living, and it must increase itself. Even a tree or a seed, if we see it, it will like flew in the air, and it will creates multiple plants, right? So the same like that, our thoughts also have the same form, and it will increase itself. So every thought we think makes it necessary for us to bring the another thought. Um, uh, Consciousness in a continual expanding. So if we have some thought, through that thought we will get some another thought, so that the idea will get expanded, and to get the things easily, to attract the things easily. So through that way, the knowledge is also whatever the knowledge we are gathering through that, thoughts are also continuously increasing. So every talent we cultivate brings to the mind the desire to cultivate the another talent. So we are subject to the urge of life. We want to do more, we want to get more, we want to do things we want to get things instantly. So in order to do more, or in order to be more, we must have more first. We must have things to use, and only by using the things we must get rich, so that we can live more. Mm. Intelligent substance will make things for you, but it will not take things away from someone else, and it will give to you. we should not think in that way. Where someone else is having something, the nature will go and get that thing for us, and we will get rich. It's not in that way. It never ever work in that way. We must definitely get rid out of the thought of the competition. Here we are to create, we are not to compare of what is already created. So you do not have to take anything away from anyone to get rich. You do not have to drive sharp bargains. Um, um, if you want to get things, we no need to bargain and get things done. We don't have to cheat or to take advantage of something, or we no need to let any man work for you for less than he earns. You are to become a creator, not a competitor, and you are going to get what you want. Next chapter is how riches comes to you. Like what the previous chapter states, like we don't have to drive sharp bargains. It's not about dealing with someone unfairly. You do not have to get something for nothing, but can give more than you take from them. So that's the main point here. To to become rich, if the value exceeds the price is no longer an issue, right? That's what we should have in our mind. Um, you cannot give everyone more in cash value than you can take from him, but you can give him more in the use value than the cash value of the thing you can take from him. So if the value exceeds the price, the sale is made and the people will buy. Example, when we buy a book, we can see the quality of the paper, or the ink they have used, and the other material in the book may not be worth for the price or money what we paid for, but the ideas or the suggestions in the book brings you more money or more value to us. So then there is a great use value for a small cash value. So give everyone more in use value, then you take from them the cash value. Um, so example here, the author is stating a sewing machine. If we want that machine, we should have hold a mental image of it, and we have to believe on it is on its own way, that it is coming to us. Once we form that thought, have the most faith and belief that that mission is coming, and we have to climb it, that it's already ours. So this what Mahendranji used to tell, climb, like the universe is it is like more is there in the universe. Think bigger, don't limit yourself. So climb it, it is yours. Definitely you will get whatever you need in this world. So it will bring, the universe will bring to us by some supreme intelligence, like acting upon the mind of the other men. If some might be live in some city or some other country, so whatever the thing we needs, the universe will use other means to bring it to us. Like some transactions will be made which will result in you're getting what you want. So the thinking substance is the one here communicating with all, and can influence all. So that's why our thoughts and beliefs, we should be very strong, and we should have faith on the thoughts. Certainly, like this way, sewing machine, we can have any other things which we want. So we can use it for our advancement of our own life and the lives of others. So we do not hesitate about asking largely whatever we want. We can ask like a huge. We just have the mental image and have the faith and have the burning desire and express it very religiously. That's what the sixth chapter states, and the seventh chapter is the gratitude. The first step towards getting rich is to convey the idea of what we need to the formless substance. So, in order to do it, we need to relate ourselves to the formless intelligence in a harmonious way. The one in intelligence substance from which all things are proceed. So there is one intelligent substance from all things are proceed. Believe that substance gives you everything you desire. And the third is relate yourself to it by feeling a deep and profound gratitude. So without that gratitude, we can't get the things like me- mm, we can see some peoples they were in poverty because they were in lack of the gratitude. They might receive something from God, and they cut the wires which connect them with like failing to acknowledge it, and who doesn't have gratitude towards that. So they won't get it further. So the more gratefully we fix our mind on the Supreme, when good things comes to us, the more good things we will receive. If we have that gratitude with us, and the more rapidly they will become. The good things we already have comes to us with some obedience of certain laws. So gratitude will lead our mind and it will keep us in a close harmony with some creative thoughts and prevent you from falling into the competitive thoughts. Gratitude alone can alone keep us looking towards all and prevent falling into the error of thinking the supply is very limited. So that is what the gratitude is needed. We won't think that the supply is very limited if we have gratitude on anything, because we know that we are going to form it, we are going to create it. So there is a law of gratitude, and it's absolutely necessary that you should observe the law if you are want to get the result what you are looking for. So we know that every reaction has its equal and opposite reaction. So whatever reactions we should be in a positive way instead of in the negative way. We should deal it in the positive way. So the gratitude is a strong and constant. The whatever the formless substance will the reaction will be strong and it will be continuous. The moment of things what you want will be always towards you. So example like to fix your attention on the best, you should we should surround with yourself with the best and to become the best. We should have faith. The faith also comes here, the main thing with gratitude. The grateful mind continuously expect the good things, and the expectation becomes faith. So every outgoing wave of gratitude or thanksgiving increases this faith. So the people who has no feeling of gratitude cannot long retain a living faith. Or without a living faith, and without a living faith you cannot get rich by a creative method. Without faith we cannot get rich. So cultivating the habit of being grateful for every good things that comes to you and to give thanks continuously is very much necessary for getting rich. Now, the next chapter is thinking in a certain way. So if we need a house, we should have that mental image of house in our mind. We will get some fair idea what's the initial step towards getting rich or getting the house. So whatever we need, we should have that mental image in our mind. We should be very clear and have a definite mental picture of what we want. Unless the without the mental picture, we cannot transmit or anything or any idea unless we have it ourselves, right? So you must have it before you can give it. There is a general desire and a burning desire. So general desire in the sense like I wish to travel along the world. That is a general desire. But a burning desire is like achievement, goal achievement. It's short term. It might be a short term goal or a long term goal. So you must know what you want and be definite with that. So if you want to send or convey a message to someone, we can't send only the alphabets, all the 26 alphabets and we can't send. They can't read, right? So whatever in our mind and whatever we want to convey, we should write with that alphabets. We should form a letter so that the people who is receiving will read it and will get it what we need. So likewise, we should not have some vague desires or unformed longings. We should be very precise. The vague desires will never help us in becoming rich. So the clear mental picture you must have continually in your mind. Um, like um, like the sailor who is sailing the ship have the intention to reach the port. Like that, we should have our mental picture in our mind. So all we need is to know what we want and how badly enough we want that, so that we will stay in our thoughts to get that. The more and clear, definite you make your picture, the more you dwell upon it, bringing into the delightful, we will get it very sooner. That means the desire should be very stronger. The easier it will be hold your mind fixed upon the picture of what you want. We should have the strong desire so that we can attain that very easily, and we should have an unwavering faith that the thing is already yours and that is at hand. Only you have take ownership towards it. You should have already um, have thoughts in that mind that you have that the thing is already yours. Um, okay, next is the make use of them in imagination, just as you will use them when they are in your tangible possessions. So, like imagination, whatever we want, we have to imagine, and we should have a thought like whatever we need. See, even in our house, if you see around, whatever the things we got, everything is like in our thoughts. One day it would have been in our thoughts. Then that only will leads to buy the things what we want, right? So again, the author states that the man who can sincerely thank God for all the things what he owns already, and have a, real faith in this, definitely he will get richer very soon. So it is not necessary to pray to God like every day, like we need this, we need this. It's not like that. Once we have the clear vision, example, living in a new house or wearing some fine clothes, riding in new branded car, or greater vacation plans. Um, so we have to imagine that vision, like what financial condition we should have to attain all these things, what exactly you want, We should have that in our mind, and we should have the unwavering faith, and that imaginary is being realized, can become true. So next chapter is how to use the will. To set about getting rich in a scientific way, you do not try to apply your willpower to anything outside of yourself. That is not going to work out at all. You have no right to do so anyway. So if taking things from people forcefully, like robbery, or taking things from people by mental force is also robbery, right? If physically we are taking things from people is robbery, definitely mentally taking things from other people is also called a robbery. There is no difference in this principle. So we have no rights to use other use the willpower upon other person, even if it is for their own good. So we don't know what is good for him. The science of getting rich does not require you us to apply the power or force to any other person in any way whatsoever. So you do not have to compel God to give you good things anymore, or you will have the willpower. You should have the willpower. Actually, we should not like blame God or scold God that I have not get this. So it won't work out if we blame others for what we are not getting. It's like totally waste. The formless substance here, which the author states in every chapter, is a very friendly to us, and it is more anxious to give us what we want. So it's like in our thought, what we want, we should have the thought, and we can climb it also. Like already we have got that. So to get rich, definitely we have to use our willpower on ourselves first, not on behalf, not on the others. So use that willpower to keep ourselves in a like acting in a certain way. Do not try to project our your will or our thoughts or our mind out into the space, or act or on other people. Keep your mind at home. Keep it accomplished more than elsewhere. Use your mind to form a mental image of what you want, and to hold that vision with faith and purpose, and use your will to keep your mind working in a right way. So the more steady and continuous your faith and purpose, the more rapidly we can get richer. So the main thing comes here is the faith, and only the positive impressions upon what we need. We should not have any negative impressions. So most people who try to make use of the mental science in getting rich definitely make their failure. Every hour we spend on worrying, we are doubting ourselves. If we are not believing ourselves, but on the other end, we are having that we want to get rich. It won't work out. So even like we have in mind, right? We need to help. If I get rich, I will help people who are in poverty. So it's not if we can help people, but only it's like it's a 1 hour entertainment for them. Like having a loaf of bread, we can give to them, and they can enjoy it. But to really remove this poverty, you show them how to show the poor people how to impress the people how to get rich. That way they can also get richer. It's not like we need to give charity and help them temporarily. That's what author is saying. Do not spend time in charitable work or charity movements. Um, it may be wrong for somebody else, and it may be unkind also, like stating that we should not help spend time in charitable work. But the author is saying the poor does not need charity. They need some inspiration. Charity only sends them, like I said, a loaf of bread to keep them alive or to give them some entertainment. Maybe they might help them to keep them forget for an hour or two. But inspiration will cause them to rise. Like they can also get rich sooner. So people must be taught to become rich by creation and not by the competition. So every man who gets rich by creation opens a way for thousands to follow him and inspires them to do so. The next chapter is further use of will. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of your wealth if you're constantly turning your attention picture, whether they are externally or imaginary. That means, like, you should not tell your past troubles or financial nature if you have had them. Do not think them at all. So we will obviously have that in mind, right? Our past comes in every time that in the past I have gone through this trauma. In the past, my parents struggled a lot in my early life. So the thoughts we should definitely remove from us. This will mentally make ourselves very poor for the time being, and this will lead not to get success further. Let the dead bury their dead. That this is the statement the author is saying here. Put poverty and all things that pertain to the poverty completely behind you. We no need to read a religious book which is telling that world is going to end soon, the world is going to be devil. We no need to read newspapers where there are wars between countries. So the author is saying just get out of all these negative things, give attention to what you want and be positive. Get out of the negative things, have some faith on it, and definitely you will get that result. And once you get richer, then you can think about others. So when you're in the form of getting rich, don't think or don't deviate yourself by looking into other things, even in the YouTube or whatever it is. Don't look for bad things as some fights happening over here, some earthquakes over there, and lots of people die. So don't no need to concentrate or focus yourself much on these negative things. Mm, the next chapter is so many chapters are there here. Um, Acting in a certain way. Thought is a creative power, and thinking in a certain way, definitely it will make us rich. We should rely upon the thoughts alone, paying attention to that personal action, like what the thought is giving to us. Um, that's what this chapter says. Like we have to think in a certain way. Since we are not in the right business or in the right environment, we should not think that we have to postpone this action, and we should not think we won't get rich at all since we are not in the right business. It's not like that. We should have the faith, and we should take the quick action. If things are not working in that, we have to come out of that. We have to realize that okay, this is not working, and just move further. And what works, we have to go towards it. So that is this chapter is stating. And to the conclusion of this chapter of this book, there is an exact science of getting rich. The world is having limited, unlimited supplies. We should not have that scarcity mind with us, and we should have the faith in us. Like whatever thoughts we have, we know we don't need to be competitive with others. We should be very creative. Never allow ourselves to feel more disappointed. Hold we should have hold our faith within us. Doing things in a certain way, definitely we will get what we need. Cultivate the habit of the gratitude. Definitely that will help us to move to the next level. Find your purpose. For what purpose? Whether the work what we doing is without you liking that work, you can't go further towards it. So whatever you like, go into it. Even if you don't know anything towards that, try to learn things from that. You can definitely we can learn in new things if we like, and that will lead us to getting rich. Because definitely in this through this book we come to know that we will not fail because we are not talented. That it's not that way. If we do things in a certain way, definitely everybody can get richer. Um, so that's the final conclusion. So the depth of the gratitude and what is your purpose and the faith you have towards that, and having the mental image, and having that gratitude, thanksgiving in their mind. Whatever you are getting, you should have that like a gratitude towards your mind. Will definitely leads you to get rich very sooner and very faster. So if we follow these laws, and come out of the negative thoughts in our mind, definitely we can also become rich. And that's it, Mahendranji. And thanks for your time. I took more time. Thank you so much, Mahendranji, for giving me this opportunity.
Wow, Sugapriya, that was a deep dive. Thank you so much. And almost covered every chapter of it, right? So lots and lots of, great wisdom, great insights. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe we'll get to hear from Sudha, Vinila, the other participants. Yeah, feel free to share few pointers and your sharing comments for Sugapriya.
Sugapriya, good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning, Mahendran. Thanks a lot. That was a very deep session, Sugapriya. Every chapter, yeah, it was amazing. All those points were like the setting of the science behind it. It was amazing. A lot of points definitely got into mind. One of the point that you mentioned about the charity, that was very new. Like people might question that, but that is a very good science involved in it. Yes, charity is needed, but the charity can be in a way that teaching them how to get rich, how to benefit out of it and come out of that poverty at all, instead of keep encouraging them and supporting them and keeping them remain in the poverty. That was a great point. And a lot of things about the burning desire and keeping the focus on what we want, and keeping it in the present, and all that we always hear. But the way that you have explained and this book about how deep they are talking about each one of those makes a lot of difference. Thank you so much for your hard work in educating us with all the details, Sugapriya. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sudha. Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Sugapriya. Thank you for the detailed explanation. It really opened my eyes on certain things. One thing was this competition. You should not feel competition, or you shouldn't feel, that the universe it creates. That was like an eye opener for me. The abundance is all available. All we need to is tap into that abundance and be creative and earn it. That is something, like sometimes we go into that scarcity mindset, right? So that was something like I had to slow down what I'm doing and then listen carefully what you are talking about, make sure I get into my brain. So that was very nice. Thank you. And yeah, everything, like I see how much time you have spent going through every chapter. That was very good. Thank you for your hard work, Sugapriya.
Thank you, Vanilla. Thank you so much. Definitely, it's a must-read book. I can say it's very like chapters are 2-3 pages only, but definitely it's really worth reading this book. And I should say thanks to Mahendranji for again asking me to complete this book. I was thinking it's too much vague. I can't present it, but after that, Mahendranji was telling, okay, something this book wants to tell to me, so let me. I bought this book and I read it again, and I made a notes. So thanks, Mahendranji, for all your support and inspiration.
You are most welcome. Definitely. Wasn't it like communicating to you, Sugapriya, right? And
Yeah.
also communicates to each and every one of us, even those who are listening to the recording of it. Amazing. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much for volunteering once again. And I'm sure all those who attended also are definitely getting benefits. Maybe in our style of, key takeaway from this book, right? Maybe a couple of pointers or a kind of quick summary I'll just share, right? So this book, written by D. Wattles, and it's one of the very powerful books and one of the source books or grandma book, we can say, right? The book was of The Secret, The Magic, and many other books, have been routed from this, we can say. And this book has been one of the top sellers across the world, and the book really gives many takeaways. So a couple of pointers. Definitely, there is a power of thought, right? So the author talks about how the mindset really plays a very big role in creating our new reality, the new abundance, new prosperity, and how we can really attract the wealth in our life. Yeah, that's a key thing. And then the second thing is, this is one of the very powerful books for law of attraction as well, right? And how we can really, during his times, right? So when the book was released, there are, when that law of attraction was not super duper popular during that time, right? So he was kind of bringing it that how these thought philosophies, how it can really help in aligning our thoughts and actions, and also how we can really have those right desires, so that anybody and everybody can become rich. Like Sugapriya nicely highlighted, not that just by doing that business and there are multiple people are doing, there's no competition, right? So competition feeling is a kind of scarcity feeling, and we want to really look at it as a kind of that there is an opportunity for everybody, whomever want to really jump into it and then do it. And it's all about how we really set the goal, how we really believe in the goal, how we really manifest them, and be ready to sacrifice the current reality. I won't call it as a sacrifice, basically to let go the current reality, so that we can capture the future. And then how we can really take action. Yeah, taking action is a very important point. I think one or other way the book has been highlighting it, that how we can really take the decisions, take that purposeful actions towards our goals, and how we can really, not just about, wishing for it or dreaming for it and aiming for it, right? It's about, taking action on those, and how we can really actively, keeping our mind engaged and our efforts engaged, right? So then there is a power of gratitude has been shared even in this book also, right? Such a powerful tool. I cannot say how much, this gratitude is super, super powerful. At least for the past, even in our clubhouse environment also, we've been doing, the daily gratitude. These days we do it more in English, and those who follow me can even, follow through that. Earlier we used to do in Tamil, and maybe we'll bring that back again. So this daily gratitude is, of course, we do it here, right, through our energy sessions. Every day we do this practice, and gratitude is such a powerful tool, to attract all the wealth, all the abundance, and all the good relationship, the better mind, the better. Gratitude is super, super powerful. And the author was kind of, highlighting about that also. What are the positive aspects, through that. It can open up, basically, as a great receiver, right? Each of us can be the great receiver of such abundance, and how we can really have that kind of possibility aspect of it, or a positive aspect of anything may happen in our life. It doesn't matter, what you go through, but what you can attract, what you can create. Yeah, that's the thing. And he was also talking about how you can really, I think there are a lot of, examples, right? Even in the Bible says that, ask, you will be given. Yeah, knock, it will be open. The doors will be open, and seek, you'll find it. And I would even say one more word, right? So seek, you will be found. Basically, you can find yourself once you go seek yourself, right? So the creation process is about how we can really turn our desire into a reality. And it's about believing in our own, creative power and things. The last couple of pointers are, maybe, yes, there's no competition here, right? So it's about don't get into that. And also, Sugapriya beautifully highlighted about how we can really stay away from that negativity, negative feelings, or negative news, reading through the negative news, or even any sort of negative vibration frequency, or any such discussions and things. So that, the more and more you protect yourself, and then you will not fall into that kind of, scarcity, because anything opposite to abundance is not good, right? So we want to just stay away from that, and see that, have that kind of, wistful, creating the kind of certainty. Yes, I am going to do it. Yes, this is what, it's having that right attitude, right affirmation. So we'll also share a couple of affirmations from this book, how we can leverage any book, right? So I would highly recommend, to have some sort of takeaway. I'll share a couple of, takeaways also here. Okay. So the last point, what he, or one of the key core other point also, the author says is about continuous improvement. So it's not like, one time endeavor or one time effort and then, leave it. No, you want to just continue pursuing your goal, continue making it as a lifelong journey, and making growth as a essential element of it, or the kind of self-improvement as an essential element of it, right? So even, reading this, even being part of these mastermind sessions are such example that, or being part of this community, right? It's super important in a way that, you continue adapting that kind of, right mindset, and keeping it, aligning it, and then based on whatever that, financial success, the abundance of prosperity success, you want to get, we can definitely get it. Yeah, beautiful. So as usual, I'll conclude with our couple of key takeaway affirmations. Yeah, at least from the last book, I started saying it. Yes. All are ready to take some affirmations? Yes. Okay. So I also asked our chat GPT, hey, give me a couple of affirmations, from this book, or which are inspired by this book, right? So I'll just read out for you all. and take a note of it. Yeah. I am a magnet of wealth and abundance. Yeah. Every day, in every way, I attract new opportunities for financial success in my life. I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. As I appreciate what I have, I open myself up to receiving even more. Just a second. All right, just a second. Yeah, so I'll read a couple more and then I trust in the creative power of my thoughts. With clarity of vision and unwavering belief, I manifest my dreams into reality. I am worthy of wealth and success. I deserve to live a life of prosperity and I take inspired actions to achieve my goals. I release all my limiting beliefs about money and embrace the mindset of abundance. I am open to receiving wealth from unexpected resources or sources. I am in harmony with the universe abundance by aligning my actions with the natural laws of success. I effortlessly attract wealth into my life. I am committed to personal growth and continuous improvement. Every day, in every way, I expand my knowledge and skills to reach further new levels of success. I am the architect of my destiny. With the determination and perseverance, I create life of my dreams and enjoy financial freedom. Wasn't it amazing, friends? Yeah. All right. Thank you once again to all the participants and all those who are listening to it. Even if you can capture, or listen to any part of even 5 minutes session, and I'm sure you will get inspired to continue taking action. I will see you all in the next session. All right. All right. Until see you again. Chin up, cheer up, and keep shining. See you all on top. Yeah. In case if you listen to the program, no worries. You can listen to the recording. Yeah. See you. Yeah. Take care.